Today I'm doing something a little different. I'll be comparing the new Diablo 3 beta game to a game that came out 5 years ago called Titan's Quest. Why did I choose Titan's Quest? For a number of reasons. If you've played this game, you'll know that it's somewhat like Diablo 2 except with beefed up graphics. I'm also a huge fan of the franchise. Without further ado, let's check in on both games' graphic options. Both games don't have really much to be picking with. You'll get the very basics. Now this kinda does disappoint me in the Diablo 3 area as it is a new game, yet it doesn't offer much. Graphically, the menus are starting to show their age in Titan's Quest, but don't let that fool you too much. Let's start off by going into some Diablo 3 gameplay. I'm gonna say this once before I dig in. This is a beta. Now that's out of the fucking way. What is this shit? The only real big thing I notice is the fog. Graphically, it don't look that good. One thing I notice is that you cannot zoom in at all, except for when you pull up your character's equipment screen, and that's if you went into the options to set it that way. So, why don't they allow it? I haven't got a fucking clue. Perhaps they'll add it later, who knows? Now let me show you some of Titan Quest. This game was originally released back in 2006. Now I do have the expansion Immortal Throne, and the game has had a shitload of updates since its release. You can see it is like the Diablo series, if not an entire knockoff, but it's a good knockoff. Graphically, it looks as good, if not better, in some points. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. I know that defenders of Diablo are saying who cares, but it's just the lack of options overall that bugs me. Titan's Quest also has a day and night system with the shadows making things look really beautiful. Let's do some side by side now in fighting. Control in both games are fine. They do what they're designed to do. From the looks of Diablo 3, there won't be many options besides for grinding to raise your levels. You don't get points to level up, say, strength like you do in Titan's Quest. Everything is already predetermined from the time you choose your character. This turned me off somewhat. It feels all too streamlined for me. You will be able to unlock abilities as you gain levels though. With Titan's Quest, once you get a level up, you'll have points to spend on a shitload of things, giving you all kinds of options on how you can develop your character. Both games are online, with the scale tipping it in Diablo's side. This is only because of the huge fan base that will be coming from the WoW side, especially with promotions like if you buy a year subscription of WoW, you get the game for free. Titan's Quest is old, but this is a game I never felt got the attention it deserved. I'd like to add that you do not need an internet connection to play with friends. This is a major plus for this game. Diablo 3 will need the internet full out. There is no option to play offline. Grinding in both games are the same, however, I like the story in Titan's Quest much more than Diablo 3. There's something about Spartans and fighting Greek gods that I love. Diablo 3's story is spun from the devil. Everything is dark. You'll be fighting demons to these fat fuck things, which when destroyed spawns packs of worms. Here's something I should point out. If you have a shitty internet connection, this is what the game will look like for you. It's almost unplayable when you're downloading a few torrents in the background. The game will take a shit if you're doing anything online other than playing the game. What's odd is that WoW could be played on dial-up, and it could, I've played it on it, but it wouldn't lag like what you see here. I'm not sure if this is beta related or not, but I wouldn't advise buying this game if you do have dial-up. Drops or items in both games are pretty much the same, with your inventory having slots to hold shit in. You'll get weapons and armors with enhancements that'll give different benefits. Blue drops being really good, to green ones just having that extra something. I can see minor changes in the release of the full game with Diablo, but for the most part, what you see here is what you're gonna get. One thing I haven't talked about is the auction house in Diablo 3. You can literally go up and buy the most powerful weapons with real money. I'm not sure if I like this or not. If it were in a game like WoW, I'm pretty pretty sure I would hate the game and never play it again. I just don't like the idea of getting ganked by some 12-year-old kid whose father owns the Trojan condom factory in Taiwan, and only because his daddy gives him hundreds of dollars for an allowance, he's able to buy great PvP gear. Anyways, between both games you'll get your pros and cons. I won't be buying Diablo 3 as it doesn't offer anything for me to switch from Titan's Quest. The biggest thing for me is that you can buy Titan's Quest for under $10 on Steam. It also doesn't require an internet connection to always be up and running, and it has LAN options. Diablo 3 doesn't offer anything revolutionary except for the nostalgic factor. Thanks for tuning in, and that's my preview, folks. This is DTR. Communicate laters. Arr.